Hey you guys, welcome to Melissa Valentine's Nursery. And welcome Summer. Welcome Summer. Hi. You guys, have you ever felt like, especially when you were new in the hobby, that you didn't know what the heck people were talking about when they talked about bonding with their babies? You know, what were they talking about? Well, it took time for me to understand what does it mean to bond, to have a bond with your reborn, right? You know, so what is that for the person that doesn't understand it? Or maybe the shelf collector, right? So let's learn, let's find out, because you know, I love learning. I love learning and I love educational stuff. You know, I'm an education major. Yes, I'm a nurse, but I also went to school to teach nursing, which I don't do right now. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And you know, you guys can leave your responses in the comments and all good things, right? So let's talk about it. Okay, you guys. So before we begin, I want to thank somebody in my comments. Somebody by the name of Lois Camp, 1960. If you see her in the comments, please don't hesitate to say hey. Lois, if you're watching, hey. I had named her Summer. I still have to fix her zip tie on her neck. I named her Summer. But I didn't have a middle name. I normally don't give my babies middle names, but this one I had to make an exception because Lois, I'm assuming that's her name, she suggested Summer Sky with an E, and I thought that was so appropriate. I really did. I thought that was so appropriate. So thank you so much, Lois. Thank you. All right, you guys. So I have this book here, and I've been using it for a couple years now. She's like, yeah, I've been using it for a couple years, long before your time. And I would put my creative juices down in this book because, you know, I love to write. Writing is very reflective. It's meditative for me, and it's good for your overall mental health. You know, so I said, let me take out ye old YouTube book of ideas, because you know, I'm going for some changes on my channel, you know, and I want them to be positive. I want them to be positive, and I want, you know, either you to walk away feeling good or to learn something, you know. I feel like when videos have a purpose, then they stick with you, you know. Like some people, you know, I'm not going to compare myself to being a churchgoer or anything, but you know, some people when they go to church, my mom used to say, as long as you walk away with a good message or feeling good or something, you did good, right? Let me turn her head this way. Look at your aunts and uncles. Hi. So, I have here the bond between your reborn baby doll and you. So, the definition of bond means something different to everybody. What's your definition of bond? Put it in the comments. You guys, I love when you guys interact. If you're a TV watcher and you sit down with your phone and do comments, that's great. If you watch through your phone, that's great, and then you comment. Laptop, I don't know, you know, sometimes I watch it on my computer, which is a laptop hooked to a monitor. You guys, you know, listen, either way, you know, we're gonna have fun. Whether it's a relaxing video of the day or we're learning something, you guys, I am trying to bring more quality, not just random stuff every day. So I am being more relaxed with my videos as far as putting them out. I want to put them out every day, you guys. I want you guys to walk away with something. And, you know, when you do something in life, you want to, you know, walk away with a benefit, or you want to have purpose, right? So for me, I feel like if I give you something with purpose, it goes further than just coming up here and blah, 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 blah. Time is precious, right? So that's why I'm bringing you what I've got here. Something I have put together. This was a while ago, you guys. I think this is back when I was doing the, if you go on my playlists, you guys, I always have made playlists for all my videos. Every time I upload a video, I click. So my playlists have, they're organized. So if you go into my series, I have series. I have 2 series, maybe 3. I don't know. So go in there and check them out. And they're really good. So I want to get back into more educational, or maybe doing another series. If you guys have an idea for a series, let me know. I am going to upload maybe once or twice a week now. I'm not doing every day. It just seems like you're not walking away with anything, you know? So I want you to be able to walk away with information. I want you to feel good about watching my videos, right? All right. So let's talk about it. Definition of bond. What's your definition to have a bond? For me, I feel like it's a connection. I feel like it's a connection that forms this emotion between you and whatever it is. You know, the bond you have with family, the bond you have with your daughter, the bond you have with your husband, boyfriend, that is different than, you know, you're bonding with an object. I feel like, you know, we have to make the reciprocity. I can't even think. I haven't had my coffee yet. Like there's a receiving and giving in everything we do, especially with, you know, you go to work, you get paid. You have relationships with people. You know, you give, you take, you get. You know, it's back and forth. It's supposed to be very equal. Well, you know, with our collections and the things we enjoy doing, they give us a benefit. So for me, I hope her head does not fall off during this. I hope her head does not fall off. I feel like, you know, they are, you know, they don't respond to us, but I feel like they trigger something more in us. They trigger like, look, her head's moving by itself. Just don't fall off, sugar plum, don't fall off. I just feel like they trigger this emotion in us, and that's what they give us. And that's where you get that bond. Isn't she adorable? You guys, listen, I've had toddlers in the past, and I feel like she's so cute. I wish they would have given her more of a neck. I wish. She has a little bit of one, but I just feel like sometimes she's like sitting on her own neck. So, and I love that I gave her brown eyes. I put brown eyes on her, you know? Okay, so words can also mean different things to people too. So take that into consideration here. So, you know, bonding could be, for me, I just told you what it meant for me. So for you, bonding could mean something completely different. That is my definition, you guys. You know, so what does it mean for you to bond with your reborns? What do you get out of it? You know, everything you do in life, you know, it kind of is like a domino effect, you know, because like when you put energy towards something, there's always like a consequence to something. You know what I mean? So, and we don't always usually engage with something that we don't feel like we're getting anything out of. I love doing my YouTube videos, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love it. I think it's great. It's great for my hobby. It contributes to my hobby. I research, and I am trying to get better. Every video I put out, I learn something new. So for me, bonding with my babies, for me, is also not only getting the emotion from them, but realizing that I incorporate them in my YouTube videos. Long before I was a doll collector, I did YouTube, but I did different things. Not because, I felt obligated. It's because I enjoyed it. I really enjoy doing YouTube, and I still do. But everything in life, moderation. And I'm having to learn that. I'm having to learn moderation. Well, the sun's starting to come out, you guys. Sun is starting to come out. My ring lights are supposed to come today, but they're not your typical ring lights. So, all right. So what feelings do you have about bonding with your reborns, right? When the feelings that come out for me, to be honest, is happiness, security. How do you not get joy from this, right? And remember, words mean different things to everybody, okay? So you have to think, when it comes to your reborns, and it comes to any dolls you collect. I also collect Blythe dolls, you guys, but I don't show them on my channel. Maybe I will sometime. Maybe I will. But if you guys hear a weird noise, my washing machine's on its way out. I'm gonna have to buy a new washer. And for me, when I buy a washer, I gotta buy a dryer. That's part of my, that's part of me. Anyway, I'm hearing it, So you have to think, how is your relationships? So you could be bonded with different things. For me, the bond I have with my dolls is different than the bond I have with my son. Okay? So how is the bonding with your babies different from, let's say, the bonding that you have with another hobby that you have, right? Or how is the bonding emotion with your baby? I feel like there's emotion there. How is that different than, let's say, the emotion you have towards an animal, right? So, what's your definite, everybody thinks of it as different. Even though Webster has their own definition, we all see the world differently. We all see through different lenses. So we have experienced different things in different ways. We don't all live the same life, right? And we use those experiences. We use the experiences we have to establish what we like, what we don't like, right? So, so how is this bonding with the babies different than, let's say, bonding with something else in your life that you enjoy? Okay. Now, what are some ways that we can bond, right? What are some ways we can enhance bonding with our little bunkas, our little baby bunkas, right? We can go on outings, right? We can take the babies out. We can take them somewhere, right? I have not taken her out, but there is a camping trip out there, and hopefully we'll go fishing. Do you want to go fishing? Summer sky. Thank you, Lois. Summer sky, summer sky. Boop, boop. You can snuggle your babies, which I have done. I'm not a big snuggler, you guys. I am not a big snuggler, but to snuggle the babies sometimes is really nice. You just give them a little hug. I don't do it all the time, but sometimes it's nice to do, and so that's one way you can do it. You could do photo shoots. I lately did photo shoots of my babies, and I am in the middle of enhancing my nursery, and it's taking time because, of course, that involves money. So, and for somebody with ADHD, sometimes it can be a lot to go through a room, and there may not be much in this room, at this point, but for me, cleaning is very much a struggle, especially if things have not established a place yet to put things. It can be a struggle for me. You can also admire your babies. Now, I do that. I have four baby strollers in my living room right now. 4. And I have, right now I have one in one of them. But I have baby strollers lined up just under my television. You guys, if you watched a lot of my videos, you already know the layout of my house, basically. But I have 4. I have 2 infant strollers, and I have 2 umbrella strollers. And she was in one of the umbrella strollers. And my infant, Joseph, my portrait baby of my son, he's in another one. And I admire my babies. I admire them. When I was sitting here for a minute and I was looking across the room, I have my portrait baby of me across the room, and she is adorable. I'm admiring. I love it. I love it. I love it. You can fake feed the babies. In one of my most recent videos, I did a little mini role play. Usually that's not my thing, you guys. I don't role play at all. The closest you're gonna see me actually get to role play that I really enjoy is taking the babies out with the stroller, right? And dressing them. I don't even change their diapers. Half the time I don't even put a onesie on them anymore, you guys. I just like them to look cute. You could sleep with your babies. I will sleep with my babies on occasion. I don't feel as comfortable sleeping with the painted reborns, like painted from an artist, but like the ones that, you know, reborn like this one, yeah, I will sleep with her because I feel like, you know, I feel like I can do more with her, you know? And if something happens bad, then I won't lose sleep over it, you know? And of course, you know, we can also bond with changing the babies, what I just mentioned, you know, and buying fashion. You know, in the beginning of the hobby, I said, oh, I like this. I like this. And that was cool. But now I have become more selective, and I love to dress the babies up more than dress them down. I don't have a lot of pajamas. I only have, let's see, for the infant newborns, I maybe only have 2 or 3 pajamas. And that's for the girls. Boys, I only have one boy, Joseph. I think I only have like 2 things or 3 things for him to sleep in. And then for her, I only have 1 thing. So the rest of it is all like dress wear, like to dress up, you know? So when you're bonded with a baby, let me ask you this question. You guys, I'm sorry if the lights, if there's shadows and stuff. But when you bond with a baby, is your bond usually forever? Is it a forever thing with you guys, you know? Or is it something you lose over time? In my opinion, in my honest opinion, I have had babies that I absolutely loved. And I cleaned house because it became too overwhelming. And the last thing I want is for my hobbies to become too overwhelming. You know, I want to go in this room and I want to enjoy my hobby. And if that means, you know, taking it down to a level where, you know, nothing can take my enjoyment when it comes to like messes and stuff, if I can clear the mess, then that can happen. That can make me feel better, right? So sometimes, even though I'm well bonded with a baby, and I will tell you, I feel like my portrait babies of Joseph and me that I have, they're not going anywhere. I mean, I can't imagine, you know, selling or giving a portrait baby to somebody of me. I actually have somebody else's portrait baby, and I'm the 3rd owner, and that's a whole nother story. That's in another video. That's when I got Maria, you guys. Where's Maria? Maria's over there. Maria was actually a portrait baby. Maria is my Quinby sculpt. That is the 3rd Quinby that I got. I love that. So there's just something about that sculpt. I don't know. But when it comes to her, that was somebody's portrait baby. So she looked like somebody. But for me, I see it for what I see her. I see her for what I see her as. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand how maybe that portrait baby just wasn't hitting home for that mom, that original mom. I'm the 3rd one. The 2nd one, I don't know. She didn't have her long, but yeah. So when you bond with a baby, is it forever? I sometimes have to let go of babies just because of the feeling overwhelmed. But I will tell you, with the lot of babies that I have right now, with my group that I have, I'm happy. I have not felt like, I don't know what it is. Like, I love the 7 that I have, the lucky 7. Well, that's the reborns. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 reborns. And then I have a Masterpiece Galleries. And then I have my Summer Sky. Summer Sky. Yes, I do. My Summer Sky. Oh, she's gonna play with my hair. I have my Summer Sky. And then I have one on the way, but she's not been made yet. I'm in line, I think. I think the artist will start on the baby soon, the girl soon. Okay, now, so this is the last thing I wrote down at the time. I wrote this, mind you, this is like a couple years, maybe a year and a half old, I don't know. If a baby is well painted, weighted, and I enjoy admiring it with an occasional pickup, it's my forever baby. And you know what? I feel that way, but there are times, I will tell you, there was a few babies that I did sell. And as I look back, because I have been going through my channel, making changes, everybody knows that. I'm trying to do 1% more with every video until, you know, I can't do no more. But I'm just trying to do 1% better. I'm trying to give you guys more, even though you have less videos. And you know, I'm taking different approaches. I'm experimenting. This is my channel. And experimenting is part of it. You know, you don't want to have the same bland stuff. So I'm experimenting. I'm occasionally adding titles, words, you know, different like B-rolls. I'm learning how to edit, you guys. So I went back in my previous videos just to see, you know, and I noticed there were babies that I truly miss. There are babies that I miss, and I sold them, and they have new mommies now, and wherever they may be, that's fine. You know, but it is what it is, and it happened for a reason, and I might have needed the money or whatever. You know, it's over. It is what it is, right? So the babies that I have, I'm content with. I love. And I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. They make me happy. I can go in this room and I can feel like it's getting to a point where I can breathe. I have a bond with every baby in some way. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful feeling when you can be content in what you have around you. And you finally have the nursery, the clothing, the babies that you've wanted. And it just makes you feel whole, happy, and content. You can go in this room and play. Now, I do have to clean up some, but my priorities, you know, I have to balance. And when I finally have this room how I want it, I will put it on here for you guys. I will show you everything I did. It is a work in progress. It is totally a work in progress. So, yeah, it's wonderful. And I am very happy, you guys. I'm very happy with the way my channel is going. I appreciate every viewer completely. I do. I appreciate my viewers completely. I appreciate your patience working with me. When you leave a comment, when you subscribe, when you like the channel, right? I appreciate that. Any interaction, love it. Love it, love it. Especially if you guys interact with each other in the comments. That's wonderful, because this is my happy place and I'm keeping it that way. And you know, that's what you do. You know, so my content, I just want it to be more, you walk away with something, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you have any input on bonding with your baby, please put it in the comments. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see how you bond with your baby, in what ways. How do you consider, you know, that bond to be a forever bond, forever baby? This sun, look, it's like on my forehead. Ah! Oh God, someone's gonna shoot me. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to let you go here. I want to thank you, my viewers, and thank those who comment. I appreciate you so very much. And of course, my memberships, I do have them. You guys, my memberships, if you can't afford it, that's fine. It's not meant to exclude. And I know some people are like, yeah, right, Melissa. No, it's just giving you, to be honest, it's giving you like a background to things, you guys. And the ones that I do have, thank you so much. My Melissa's membership VIPs, thank you. You know, this is YouTube. People do memberships. They do. And I'm experimenting with it. And I'm seeing how it goes. And if people don't like it and they wind up dropping out, that's fine. But, you know, I do my videos. I'm learning to enhance my videos for everybody, all my viewers. I'm putting in that effort to make my videos better. And that takes time. And then the memberships is just, you know, to give you guys, hey, this is what's happening. This is what's going on in the background. So, all right, you guys, I want to thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Woo, woo, woo. Hello. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Melissa Valentine's Cozy Nursery and more.